What up? In this video, I want to talk about the Boston Celtics. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up their roster, and I'm gonna take a look at this team and see what um, kind of team do I think they will be in this upcoming NBA season. You pull up that Boston Celtics roster. Um, as you all know, the Boston Celtics uh, season 2013-2014 season it's not looking bright at all. Um, it's looking like a bad year for the Green team. Okay, I think I got that roster up right now. Okay, I'm gonna look at this roster and see where the Boston Celtics go from here. Okay, 2013-2014 Boston Celtics roster. We got Brandon Bass on the team. Keith Bogus, Avery Bradley, Marshawn Brooks, Jordan Crawford, Victor Vernon, I don't know his name, Jeff Green, the Dante Green, Chris Humphries, who came from the Brooklyn Nets. They got Colton Iverson, Courtney Lee, Rajon Rondo, Gerald Wallace, and Chris Wilcox. Um, I just want to say that the Boston Celtics look like they are in a lot of hot water this year. Whenever you lose Doc Rivers and whenever you lose Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, um, it's just going to take some physically and mentally to win games this year, for the Boston Celtics. Um, this all started when Ray Allen decided to jump ship to Miami. Rajon Rondo came off on strong that year. Um, Rajon Rondo is like maybe one of the best point guards in the league. But I just don't really think that Rajon Rondo can carry this Boston Celtics team without Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Doc Rivers. You know, Doc Rivers to me was the ultimate mastermind coach, next to Phil Jackson. The dude know how to play his X's and O's. That's why you're gonna see the Clippers elevate that game this year. Um, it just don't look right. The future don't look bright for the Boston Celtics unless they can hit the lottery and get the number one pick. What kind of player do I think Rajon Rondo will be coming off this injury? It's unknown to see what kind of player Rajon Rondo will be without Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Doc Rivers. Do he take a step back, or do the Boston Celtics look to deal him, or seek a trade before the trade deadline? Um, it's just not going to be the same team. Of course, you bring in Gerald Wallace and Chris Humphries, but that's not enough to get you past Eastern Conference. In a jam-packed Eastern Conference at that. You're looking at teams like Cleveland. They got better with Kyrie Irving. They hit the number one pick in the draft and they got Andrew Bynum. Look at Detroit. They bring in Brandon Jennings, Chauncey Billups, and Josh Smith. And you look at the top premier teams in the Eastern Conference, like New York, Chicago, and Miami. And the Boston Celtics have made the playoffs over the past couple of years. They just haven't been able to win that title since they beat the Lakers back in 2008. So the future of the Boston Celtics franchise looks dark. If I was Danny Ainge, I would have kept Paul Pierce and maybe tried to deal Kevin Garnett. The truth was well known in Boston, and I just think whenever you lose that leadership that Kevin Garnett brings to the table, and his toughness and his identity, you lose a force in that locker room. You're not going to have that presence and that motivation guy in that locker room to get these players geared up. You know, to me, I think Paul Pierce was the ultimate leader of this team. Now, Rajon Rondo is going to have to show that he can lead this team. But Rajon Rondo don't got help on this team. I don't know how much production Gerald Wallace is going to give you. I don't know how much Chris Humphrey's going to give you. I don't know on a back-to-back situation what Brandon Bash is gonna get. But I just think that the future of this Boston Celtics franchise, it looks really dark right now. And I expect them to fall in the Eastern Conference this year. I expect them to fall deep down in the standings. No playoffs. I can't see the Boston Celtics making the playoffs. I think they will be a lottery team. Um, I think that this first year coach, I don't know him. I think he's gonna have a lot of work to do. There's rumblings of Rondo not starting this regular season or the preseason, so you're not gonna have Rondo getting in sync with his new players. Um, I just think a lot of teams gonna have that way with Boston this year. Boston gonna lose some games this year, so just want to tell those Boston Celtics fans out there to be patient with this team. Uh, Let Danny Ainge rebuild this team. Let him do his job, because the future of the Boston Celtics might look bright in the future. So that's all I wanted to get at in this video, is talking about the Boston Celtics and where do they go from here. Like, do they make a good splash in the East, or do they fall into obscurity? So uh, this what I want to just put out there. So peace, y'all.